The topic is it okay or do you feel it's right for a female to be arrested in Dubai for just yelling in public? The topic is it okay or do you feel it's right for a female to be arrested in Dubai for just yelling in public? The topic is it okay or do you feel it's right for a female to be arrested in Dubai for just yelling in public? The topic is it okay or do you feel it's right for a female to be arrested in Dubai for just yelling in public? The topic is it okay or do you feel it's right for a female to be arrested in Dubai for just yelling in public? The topic is it okay or do you feel it's right for a female to be arrested in Dubai for just yelling in
thing. Why is it doing that now?
Hey people, are you ready? Hey, give the people what they want. Let's solve a problem about color of skin. Don't matter the eyes, look within. Where you from? Which way you're going? Forget foolish aims. New wind is blowing. People power, children. People power. People power. Point of view, yes. Don't say you're wrong when you show your right. Not your brother, you must fight. Oh no. Remember the question. It's taking you too long. People, unite and be strong. Live long. Your people power, children. People power. Look at you. People power. Steady. People now. Listen. Never, never, never say you're wrong when you show you're right. Don't fight, don't fight. There's bound to be solutions for world unity. People, free your mind from captivity. Your people power, children. People power, look at you. People power, on the double now. Now make no trouble now. Right away, right away. Hey, I'm on la, are we through? Your people power for you. I'm on la, are we through? Our people power for you. People power, people power, right away, on the double now, now make no trouble now, look at you, 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 stand up, hey. Look at you, stand up, hey.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Walking This Way's Impact Voice podcast. I'm the founder and CEO, Furman Jackson Jr. We're broadcasting once again here from the DFW, that's Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. So everybody wants to know, my guest in the studio has shared the stage with some of the industry's most famous singers, rappers, and DJs. My guest has become a well-known presence on the music scene here in Texas. She's an on-air personality for 89.3 FM stereo. Also, she's an actress as well. Let's welcome Chanel Bracy to the studio. This is your second time here on the show. I appreciate you taking time out of your productive schedule. So, what's been going on? Which is the last time you were on the show? I know you've been very productive, making major moves, creating a life that you want to live. I'm proud of you. Keep up the great work.
I appreciate it, man. You're so motivated. You're so old. He's always this man's always supportive. I swear, like you always stay on, you always grinding with with the podcast and everything. So I do want to say I appreciate that. Having me back
But,
on too. We're not,
oh,
look,
you
the
know.
internet's not gonna go out this time. The internet is not gonna disconnect this time. I promise. I promise. Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm okay. I just been busy and I haven't been getting no sleep and just working constantly. That's what I've been doing for the past few weeks. Yes.
Well, it's 24 hours in a day, right? We
Yeah.
know some part we gotta get some rest, but at the same time, we gotta be productive. We gotta make a life for ourselves. We gotta
Yeah.
create the type of life we want to live. You want to give a big shout out to the 16 viewers that's watching this right now. Big
Oh,
16 to
hey.
everybody that's watching this right now.
Hey, y'all.
Big support. So that's what it's all about. And I gotta give you your roses as well. You constantly staying consistent. You always the same. I don't. You get out of character. I see some cats get out of character on social media. If stuff is bothering you, you don't let it show. You study constantly staying focused. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you for that, for Chanel,
Mhm.
because some people need to see that when you're in the work, when you're in the business world, entertainment, you don't want to show people your weaknesses. You don't want to show
Yeah.
people because that would deter people away from you. That would show,
Mhm.
oh, you're not. What the word we want to look for?
Um.
Stable.
Yeah. Yeah. Not stable and not messy, and you want to just have a good reputation and be positive. You don't want to be like negative. And if you got a problem with somebody, handle it privately. The public don't gotta know everything. So that's how I kind of look at things. When it
That's
comes
true.
to that, especially in the
Man,
entertainment world, because you never know who knows who. You just don't know.
that's true. That's true. You gotta realize money is involved when it comes
Yeah,
to endorsement, sponsorship.
yeah, yeah.
We got to think about all that stuff because if you act out, think about the big time athletes when they do stuff. What happened? Like the John Morant incident, he lost Powerade from the incident it had with the gun
Mhm.
thing. So we gotta be mindful and be careful because I know people want to get paid, people want to make millions of dollars, but it comes with price with success. So let's be careful out there, people that's in the social media world. Be careful out there in the streets, where you go,
Exactly.
who you hang out with, what you say. Just be mindful out there. So,
Exactly. You never know. It might come and bite you in the you know what. I don't know if I am I
right?
allowed to cuss. Am I allowed to
Yeah,
cuss
yeah,
on
yeah.
here?
You good? You good? You good? You good? You good?
Yes, yes. So you never know if I come back around. I'll just say that. You already know what I'm gonna say. Well, you already know what I'm
That's
gonna say.
it.
Yes.
And that's it. So, my first question for you is, who is Chanel Bracy? I see you on social media. You about your business. You're in the studio. You're grinding. But who is the woman behind Chanel
Okay,
Bracy?
okay. That's a good question. I saw your questions. Your questions is really good. I'm like, okay, I can answer these. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do a two-parter. Okay,
Okay, go
so I'm
ahead.
gonna do the part where what people see, you know, what they see on social media, right? Of course, I'm the radio host, 89.3 FM. Uh, every Wednesday night, it's a reggae show. So the show's called Reggae Zone Dallas. We play reggae music and we have funny topics. So that's that every week. It's fun. And you can always tune in onto the radio, of course. And then also, I am a CEO of my drum business. So that is called Ice Water Percussion. I've been doing that for I've been doing it professionally for 10 plus years. So anytime you need a hype woman, to play at your party where there's music, or you have a DJ, or you have some rappers or some singers, and you want a person that plays drums by your side and to play along with the music, get the crowd hype. I am that person. I am that person. You don't have to have a band. You can just have me. Now, do I play with bands? Yes, bands can book me too. But I mean, you can pretty much book me for like anything. I'm not in just one lane. It could be different services. Even studio work, I can play beats on tracks. So as long as there's music, I can pretty much be anywhere because I play by ear and I improv, I freestyle, I play by ear. So don't matter what genre, don't matter the music, don't matter the beat. I'm there. And then, cause a lot of people cause when I tell people I play drums, I play drums with DJs. Some people don't it don't really click to them until they see it visually. So I kind of have to like break it down. But then also you can add the acting on my resume. At first I was doing it for fun, I mean, I still am. Like I said, it's, I do it to meet people. You know, I built relationships. You know, with the acting. You know, you go to different places, and it's just it's like a therapy. It's like a escape from like reality. You know, in a sense, just like drums is my nirvana and my peace. Like acting is fun too. Like it's fun. It occupies my time. So I would definitely say, you know, and I've been in some independent films, some extra roles, some roles with some lines, and then you know I have a short film coming up in the at the end of August. I have a lead role now, so that's pretty cool. So that would be Chanel in the front line. Now the Chanel behind behind closed doors. I would say I'm a spiritual person. A lot of people don't know that, but I am a spiritual person. Uh, really in tune with the universe. If you've seen The Matrix, I'm all about that. You know, I think that's how life is. The Matrix, the blue pill, and the red pill. That's what I'm all about, right? I like to hang out with my friends and my family every once in a while. You know, sometimes I like to spend time in the house and not do anything, and take advantage of the quiet time because I never know when I'm gonna be out and about again. You know, do I go out every day? No, I do not. But people think I do, but I don't. I promise you, I don't. And let's see what else. What else? Let's see. I like karaoke, and I pretty much try to live my life pretty. Let's see. I just try to live it right. I just try to live it right. You know, I try not to cause any trouble. I try not to start any drama or anything like that. You know, don't smoke, don't drink. Yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I have friends that smoke and drink. I don't judge them. They don't. It don't matter to me. You can do whatever you
Right.
want. You can do it in front of me. I don't care. I can have secondhand smoke. I don't care. That's fine. It's not. Like I said, it's not gonna stir me away. You know, like I said, like when I'm out and about partying anyway, people think I'm drunk, and I'm like, no, I'm just high on life. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Hopefully, I'm not missing anything, but if I am, I can probably remember it later.
Oh, that's how it always be. So you always consider yourself being a free thinker, always question a lot of things. I know growing up, some people was never told to question a lot of things where it came from religion, you
Yeah,
name
yeah.
it. So was you always one of those individuals who question a lot of things and wanted answers? Because not just go by what people tell us, but ask no different questions.
Yep, you literally just asked the best question. I was just talking about this last night on my live yesterday. Uh, on this PokerShot app. But yeah, from when I was younger, I mean, yeah, when I was super young, you know, your parents tell you things, and then of course you believe it because you know we're super like you know kids. You know, we're
Mm-hmm.
always real gullible. I was real gullible. I ain't gonna lie, I was real gullible. I was square. I, I was safe. You know, I always played by the book. Um, I just was all the way up until like shoot probably college. But I would say when I started getting into my teenage years, that's when I started questioning things. So anything that was, you know, in the media or told to me, I still I still did my own research, especially in college. Oh yeah, like I didn't care what the media said, what statistics said, you know, what society said. I normally wasn't the type of person to follow the crowd. That makes sense. I always kind of did the opposite.
Right, right,
And I'm like, well, just because it says this, don't mean that it's real. There's been tons of stories in our history that's been made up by
right.
men or a lie. You know, so I'm gonna go by my own experience and I'll figure out my own perspective that way. You know, or just take. And I'm really open minded. So anybody that got different beliefs I never tear it down. Like I'll learn from their perspective too, and I'll collaborate it into mine. You know, it's always
True.
fun to hear other people's beliefs and stories and experiences because you know you learn from other people. So, yep, that's exactly how I live life. Yep.
Well, and that's good because for so long we was closed minded. We're breaking now. What they say, breaking the algorithm now, where
Mm-hmm.
we're becoming more free now. Cause even the strip says, "When the sun set free, is free indeed." So we know we have to become free in our aspect of life. Question a lot of things, which is good when it comes with the philosophy, with the psychology and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
To
always fun.
be, yeah, see, because if you was grew up this certain way, you was not told, well, you can't associate with these type of people, these individuals. But now it's like, okay, well, I can't associate with you because you this and this. But just really be your own boss, be your own CEO,
Yeah,
be your own
yeah,
leader. Just because what the world say, 'cause a lot of times we see now where you want to live your life, but then you may have come by and say, well, society says this, but the world says this, but you're not the world, you're not society, you're Chanel. So I have to
yeah.
do what's best for Chanel. I have to live life for Chanel, and that's a good thing. Just
Hmm.
being your own individual, being your own boss, be your own voice, and live by your rules, your code, your laws,
Pretty
which
much.
is nothing wrong with
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
and on
you
laws
really
that
nailed it.
right, cause on laws that we shouldn't break, we shouldn't kill nobody, we shouldn't steal from nobody, and all other
Yeah.
stuff. We know we shouldn't be doing that. But when it comes to the laws of living our own life, where you make your life soundproof, no drama, no issues, no liability, all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But then so many people think that you just being a narcissist. No, no, you have standards, right? So it's all about having
Oh yeah.
standards, which is important to have standards. So if you need standards, get some standards for your life, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I want
Exactly.
to say
Get
that.
some standards. Oh yeah, you definitely want to get some standards. You don't want people crossing boundaries, and you don't want to settle. You don't want to settle. And
Right,
so
right.
a lot of people do, especially when it comes to relationships. Like, nah, if the person's not right for you, leave. Or if you see a red flag,
We,
go. There's always somebody
we,
else.
well, that's been the topic that's a late on relationship, and it's a lot to look into relationship. I heard some yesterday, Chanel, when I listened to this show on YouTube.
Yeah.
This guy said something that's mind blowing, which has always been around for from generations.
Okay.
He said it's mandatory to be honest in a relationship.
Yeah.
That right there is very on point and it's powerful. It's mandatory to be honest in a relationship, which I totally agree with that. That's the person you ride or die with. Yes, you should be honest with each other. Don't lie to each other. Don't hold back from each other. So I agree with you. This is the older gentleman that said that. So I totally agree when he said that. It's mandatory to be honest in a
Yeah.
relationship.
But the question is, do a lot of people do that?
What it ain't is
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say individuals,
Uh-huh.
they have not matured enough to that level yet. And this what goes on. I listen to a lot of these shows. They know it's wrong. See what it is? They're afraid to lose this individual. It's okay to say no. You know what I'm saying? It's like I listen to these stories, but it's selfish in a way. I don't say it's very selfish because
Okay.
this guy had a conversation. He didn't like this girl. And I said, why you didn't let her know up front where you was coming from? Well, because I just want to have sex. See, that's the problem right there.
Okay.
They do stuff for physical pleasure instead
Yeah.
of just being straight up honest with the individual.
Hmm.
Okay, get it out the way. Let them tell you no. They can move on with their life.
Yeah.
That's it. But they want to lie, manipulate, and that's the problem. Instead of just
Yeah,
being
but he had his
honest.
own intentions, basically, as to why he was originally talking to her. Basically, initially, that he had
Yeah,
his
why
own
he?
intentions.
Yeah, but she wanted one thing. Okay, this is how I learned it too.
Hmm.
If an individual confiding in you something deep and sacred, they did that for a reason. Don't use that. If a person tell you, "Hey, I don't want to be hurt no more. I went through this and do that," and you doing exactly what they don't want you to do,
Yep.
that's what I
Yep.
have a problem with.
It's messed
Cause
up. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so be
It's
careful
messed
out
up.
there. That's why you gotta be careful out there. But that's
Yeah.
another broadcast for that one. So I'm gonna ask you this one
Look, let me
too.
know. Look, shoot, let me know. I'll talk about that one because that's so true. That is so true. That is
Well,
so
we
true.
talking about the episode. I got an episode coming up this month. We're gonna be talking
Okay.
about the dating scene here in Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got somebody. If you want to plug in, I hit you up on the date on the back end, and I'll
Heck
let you
yeah.
know. Cause I love to hear people's opinions. I want to hear their views, where they
Mhm.
came from, because everybody has something different they can bring to the table,
Yeah.
and that's what it's all about. So my next question for you, Chanel, is:
All right.
as
What
a
you got?
child, what
Mm.
you always always an entertainer growing up? Was you a child? Was you always an entertainer growing up as a child?
Yep, I was. I was. So I would say elementary school, my mom put me in, let's see, I was in, what was I in? I would say piano class. You know how in elementary school they have like the instruments or the music class for kids. So I was
Mm-hmm.
always in that. And then actually there were some percussion instruments in that class too, but I still wasn't fond of that yet, if that makes sense. Like I was still more drawn to like the piano.
Okay.
Only because my grandmother, I had learned that she knew how to play piano. So that's what made me like, oh, okay, I wanna learn, I wanna play piano too, you know. You kind of look up to your, your what's it called? Your older family
Elders,
members. Your
elders, they
elders,
call it
yes.
elders. Yeah, the
Look, I
elders.
forgot the word. Yes. Thank you, Bucky. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I was looking up to my elders, yes. And she was a role model. So that's what I was in. I was put in that. Uh, let's see. I did that throughout all of elementary school, and then I would say about middle school is when I changed to drums, and that's only because I wanted to be in the band, of course. And then the director was like, "Oh well, you play piano, so that's the same that's the same category as drums or percussion." So I was like, "Oh, really? It is?" Of course, I told them I just want to play piano, and then they had me try out for the percussion or drums, whatever I have to do to like show them that I can do it. And then they're like, "Yeah, you're in." I said, "Okay." And then from there, that's when the love of drums came about. I was like, I was like, forget piano, like it's all about the drums now. It's all about the drums now. And then yeah, like and then all the way I was in band all the way through high school. Did the drum line. Played snare for like a year. I really didn't like that. I'm not gonna lie, because it was too much. It was too much. People might call me lazy, but I don't care. It was too much. It was too much studying. I had to study like the what's it called, the musical
The
notes.
notes, the notes, the
Yeah,
notes.
and
Yeah, the
yeah,
notes.
and I know how to read. It's just it was too many damn notes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to really like you really wouldn't have a life. Like I feel like your social life is pretty much almost gone when it comes to like the the snare line, because it's so much studying. It's so much studying. And I did symbol line, where you just crash the symbols.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I did that for like 2 years. Now that was fun because yeah, I had to read notes, but it wasn't as much.
Gotcha.
I still balance my social life. I'm a real social person. Like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like my social life being stripped away and it's just all band. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I
I want to be
understand.
able to have a hang out with my friends and have band at the same time. So sumo line, that was really fun. I could dance, I could crash, and still balance my life. So I did that in high school, and then college came around. The college I went to, it was just a 2 year community college. There was no like drumline there, so I just did like a jazz band. But that's when I opened up to jazz. So
Okay.
that's how I learned that genre. And then it was like a small band that we were in. I just played the drum set. And then that's when I would say, in college, that's when I started to come up with my own idea of like, oh, maybe I should just start doing this professionally, just doing, kind of
Okay.
doing my own thing, playing drums for like, I guess, DJs. That was like my main thing, playing drums with DJs. Yep,
And
yep,
that's what's up right there. So we're gonna take a
yep.
quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
We're gonna get back into who was her influences, and I'm gonna ask her the question: has she always been compared to world famous percussionist Sheila E? That's gonna be next here on Walking This Way, Impact Wars Podcast.
Write your next hit stage play with Sheila D.
What up, everybody? How you feeling? You're true stretching 6x6 phenomenon from WHUR on the set of this wonderful play that we just witnessed for a 2-day event called Crucified.
I knew it was for the boy. I don't like him.
No, Martha writer, director, and producer of hit stage play Crucified. That's by popular demand.
I gotta say, this was a great piece of work.
Damn!
Oh, okay.
How you gonna be that chocolate with all them muscles and your grill messed up? Come on. Oh my God! It's like finding a Snicker with no nut. I know, baby. I know. Come on.
What are you waiting for? Head over to sdhentertainment.com now to sign up.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way, Impact Wars Podcast. I'm the host, founder Furman Jackson Jr. broadcasting once again here in the DFW, that's Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. In the studio with me, Chanel Bracy in the studio with me. Very excited to have a big man here on the second time here with me. I'm very thankful for her taking time out of her productive schedule, of course. Hang out with me. I know you got a lot of things going. I don't like to say the word busy. I know you're very productive. And,
I like that. You know what? I like that too. Productive. Yes.
well, I got to give a big shout out to Jika Williams because she got onto me when I first moved here, and that's what time she was running for office in Grand Prairie and
Oh,
no,
nice.
no Terry County. That's why I live in Terry County.
Yeah.
So when when I met with her, and I said busy, she said don't say busy, stay productive. So ever since then, I stayed with the word productive. So we'll get right back into this Q&A with Chanel. So my next question is,
Yeah.
who was your influences when it came to your career?
Say, say so. I was never really like super religious. My parents were never really like strict either when it comes to like
Mm-hmm.
the religion or anything like that. It was always kind of like free, and we went to church every now and then, but still believe in
Right.
God. Um, so the times I did go to church every once in a while, I would always stare. I just always had a thing with like the drummer. It was weird. Like I don't know. It was just like I was always like amazed and like put in a trance. And this is before I even got into drums. That's the crazy part. That's the crazy
Okay.
part. So yeah, I was always stuck on the drum set player. Um, I would say I like Travis Barker. I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up. I'm trying to think. That's pretty much the only known drummer that I knew. I was young. I knew that he was like playing for rappers and stuff like that too. He was pretty cool because he was playing with rap music, so or hip hop you could say. So, yep. But then with the Sheila E thing, people I didn't start. So when I started playing my timbales in public and doing shows, that's when people started bringing her up to my attention because they was asking me, "Oh, do you know Sheila E?" And they would compare me to her, and I'd be like, "Oh, okay." That's when I started knowing of her, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you got that comparison, how was that feeling that you got that comparison? Because I know she's well known. I know she done work with Prince and you name it. So when you heard your name compared to her, what went with your mind at that time?
Oh yeah. Oh, it was. I was humble about it. I thought it was flattering, and I would just when people would tell me that, I would just basically just break down like I was like, yeah, me and her do play the same exact instrument because we do timbales, and then I would just say
Mm-hmm.
like, she may play the traditional way of playing because I do have my own technique of playing. If that makes sense, or my own style
Yeah, it made yeah.
because I play how I play the timbales. I play it like a drum set, so I play it like it's not
Okay.
supposed to be played. If that makes sense, because a lot people who are musicians they know exactly what I'm talking about. Because
Right.
when that's what really made me want to pursue it even more because a musician, I'm not gonna say his name, but because I want to put him on blast, but he was a Grammy Award winning musician.
Okay.
He's been on tour and stuff like that, and you know when I had played with him at one of the bars, uh, he brought it up to my attention, and he was like, hey, he's like, you know that you're playing it, you're playing percussion, but you're not playing it like percussion. You're playing it like as if you're playing a drum set, which is,
Mm-hmm.
the drum set is the full kit. And I'm
Right.
like, and see, it never dawned on me how I was playing. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know I was playing like that. And when he said that, I was like, oh man, I started a trend. You know what I'm saying? Like this type of set. Oh, I'm gonna show the world how I play. I'm gonna show my craft. You know what I'm saying? And that's what really put the fire under my butt. That's what really lit it. Because to I wanted to put the message out there of what I was doing. And the
Right.
reason why how it started of me playing that style because the church that I first played at, they already had a drum set player. So they already had a person playing the full drum set. And I was like, damn,
I really, really want to play. So I was like, I gotta think of something. What can I do to kind of like play along with the whole choir in the in the band? So I went out, bought some random ass drums. I swear to God, I bought some random ass drums. I didn't even know what timbales was. I didn't even know what timbales was. I was like, oh, those look easy to carry. And I was like, yeah, put that in my basket. I'm gonna buy them. And then I brought it. I brought the 2 drums to the church. Sat beside the drum set player, which is shout out to Brandon Price. He know. 'Cause I used to play with him, and so I sat beside the drum set player, and then I was pretending as if my set or my timbales were the drum set, because like I said, that's what I wanted to do, and that's exactly how the craft or the style started. Yes, that's exactly how it started. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah, that's how it started. So,
Man, that's what's up right there.
Yep.
And I know. Let's talk about style, fashion. You have your own style. You have your own fashion. You know where you been your own self, and that's cool. So, how do you get involved? Have you always been a big fan? I asked that before, Matt. Again, have you all been a big fan of wearing hats? And I see you wear a lot of boots too. So you always been a fan of that style, or that just started? How long you been have your own style? Cause I see you have your own style, and you're not trying to be like everybody else. You're being different. And I respect that to the highest.
Appreciate that. Yeah. I would say I always had my own style, and of course I had different phases. I don't think I wasn't always the type of person that always wore hats. At first, I think when I first started playing, I was doing the sunglasses, the shades, and I had no hat, and I would have my hair down. That way, when I play the drums, I could swing it left to right. And I would still wear gloves though. I would still wear gloves. But it was usually like black gloves. It wasn't like different colors and nothing like that. And then I would wear a lot of jeans, and then I would wear like heels. But it wasn't like I still wore boots, but I didn't wear boots like all the time. And then I would say, and then later in the years, and I was like, I want to start wearing hats all the time. And then the boot thing, shoot, I've probably been wearing boots forever. But I think it really progressed probably maybe like 2 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, because I made it. I wanted it to be a part of my act, but then once you do that, it's like you start getting addicted, and then it just becomes like your normal day-to-day wear, pretty much.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
So, do you believe in always reinventing yourself? When I say reinventing yourself, keeping up with the latest. In other words, keeping yourself relevant. That's what I want to say.
Oh.
So so you all believe in reinventing yourself?
Yeah, I do. Because I will say that I do have a habit of like doing the same thing for a long. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? They always say that.
Right.
But no, I do believe in that. Keeping yourself relevant and always trying to learn new things. I might add another piece to my set. Because I have done that over the years. Like I would just add like different instruments, attach it to my drums. No one may notice. I only notice, but it just adds maybe extra sound to like the set. But who knows? I might add some extra, maybe add some electronic stuff to the set. Oh, and of course, I added dancing because before I wasn't dancing. I would say, I think I told y'all the last episode. I would just like I would sit down and play, but you're not supposed to do that either on the timbales. So yeah, I would just sit down and play, and then as the years went by, I was like, oh, maybe I should start standing up because that's the normal way of playing it anyway. That's the correct way. And then I started adding dancing to it, choreography. I was like, okay, this is cool, and kind of try to incorporate it with the drums and. Yeah, and I was like, you know what? And then at one point I was wearing costumes too. That's the funny part. Yep. So yeah, a few years back, I would wear like Halloween costumes. No, a lot of people didn't know it was Halloween costumes, but it was. I'll be like a sailor one show. I'll be like an army person. I just want to just change it up a little bit. Then I went to a phase where I was like, I'll wear gowns. Well, I think I still wear gowns now when I do a show, like long gowns. But it could be short or long. It don't matter.
Well, I
Yep.
know at the end of the day, you want to give everybody their time's worth, right? So you want to give them the best show possible. You know, you put in 1,000% in what you do, so I respect that. So you're not being lazy, you're not being complacent, but you
Hmm.
know, it's like at the end of the day, I'm gonna treat this like it's my first time doing this. So you want everybody to have a good time, they can enjoy themselves. Cause when you on stage, I know that you probably consider that your sanctuary, uh, you know what I'm saying, your house, whatever you want to call it, where you just want to give everybody their times worth. And that's what people need to see. They want to have their times worth. So I respect that to the highest. So I'm
Hmm.
gonna ask you this too. When it
Yeah.
comes to music, you know, what's on your playlist right now? What do you listen to? Do you listen to reggae, rap? What do you listen to right now? Or you listen to all genres? So what's on your playlist right now?
I know. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to even move. I'm not gonna move the camera. I'm afraid that it might disconnect us. But I would say, yeah, it's all genres. Yeah, it's definitely it's reggae. It's pop. And then I got the hip hop. Um, Country not so much on my list. Only if I'm out in the country club is when I will listen to the country.
Okay.
But yeah, like what's it? What techno, 80s music. I love 80s music. 90s music. And what's that? What chopped and screwed,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
that was
trap.
yeah, trap. Okay, yeah,
Yep,
chopping
trap
screw,
music.
yeah.
Yeah, anything with a good beat. And I love reggaeton. I love cumbia reggaeton. Man, I could dance to that all night. Look, do the cha cha all night long. I promise you, all night long. I did that for my birthday. I literally stayed up all night doing cumbia until 5 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I did. Yep,
Hey, that's what it's all about. You
yep.
enjoying your life. You know, I really just started listening to. I started listening to classical music, and I just started listening
Oh,
to
you did?
jazz music. Well, you got to keep it open. So when I'm on
Yeah.
YouTube, especially when I'm at work, I pulled up this jazz and this classical genre and stuff. So get more into
Okay.
that. It'll
Yeah.
be open minded. So I'm being
Yeah.
more
It
open
does.
minded, involving. So it's always good to listen to different types of music, especially when you go different places.
Mhm.
And then not only that, when you're out with somebody or you're on a date, you let this person know, hey, this is what kind of music. They, hey, oh, why what got you into listening to this kind of music? And that's when you know you go over to a conversation. So it's
Exactly.
always good to be open minded and involved. That's why I want to say
Yeah.
involved. So you gotta do that. So let's talk about your
Exactly.
next phase of your career.
Okay.
You're you're an actress now. That's on your resume. The name of the movie you're in is called was it Abstinence? That's the name of the
Oh,
movie.
abstain. Yeah,
Abstain,
abstain.
abstain. Um, give us the background. Don't give us too much. I know the
Okay.
release is
Yeah.
coming out August
Mhm.
21st and 22nd. So give us a little background on what the movie's about. What is your role in the movie? And most importantly, how can we support you when the movie comes out?
Yes, yes, yes. So I do have a lead role. I believe my character is named Marissa. And shout out to Artis, the director. Shout out to Jamarcus, Hustle, everybody else that's part of the project. But yeah, basically it's just about, you know, the synopsis would be don't judge a cover by its book, or kind of like what we were talking about earlier. Kind of get to know the person
Right,
in the inside instead of
right.
just looking on the
The
outside,
outside, right, right.
because you really don't know what
True.
the person is going through, or all about. You don't really know all about them, really. So
That's
don't just
true.
go based off the cover or the looks.
That's true.
Just maybe do your research. Maybe that's pretty much what it's about. So I kind of play hard to get in the film, and that's yeah, that's a little bit giving it to y'all, without giving y'all too much. Yeah.
Right, yes, it'll get something to look forward to. You mentioned like playing hard to get. I ain't heard that terminology in so
Oh,
long. That was
really?
like,
Yeah,
oh,
man.
who playing hard? Who sung that song? It was High Five. They had us playing
I,
hard to get.
hey,
I,
I played. Well, I opened up for them at an
okay.
event. Yep, in Waco, years ago. Years ago. Yep.
And I know I read some of your information off your site. I know you did some you opened up for a lot of famous people. How was that experience? Opening up world famous entertainers, DJs and music artists. How was that experience for you? Your first time doing? How was that? The first experience was
Oh,
for
you
you.
know what? That's a good question. Let me see. What was the first experience? Oh man, I don't know if this. I don't know if he was the first experience, but I will say the highlight in my head, the would be okay. The usher. It was the usher event or some. It was like an usher after party. Like remember in like 2010 when he had his OMG World Tour after party in Dallas. So I was told by the promoters that they wanted me to play at his after party. It was me and DJ TDK. I think he's with 979 now. Shout out to DJ TDK. But yeah, they were like, yeah, we want you and the DJ to play at his after party at the Crown Plaza Hotel. So of course I'm flipping out. I'm calling my family members like, I don't believe this. Oh my god, I'm screaming and stuff, right? And then so I set up and everything, and then we played. We played for a few hours at the after party. Now what we was told, I always tell the story. What we was told was that when Usher comes to the club, I think Crown Plaza has there's a banquet room above the club. So they had me and the DJ, the entertainment, they had us in the banquet, which is above the club. And I guess they had Usher in the club. So they told me and TDK, like, yeah, we're going to have Usher come upstairs and, and watch the entertainment, stuff like that. So we like, okay, cool. So we playing, jamming. He played all the good hits. I'm just playing drums, dancing and stuff like that on stage. And I did not see Usher come. I'm like, what the heck? What's going on? Like he never came. And I'm like, well, I'm not trying to stop either because he might just pop up in the banquet room while we in the middle of our set. And so it started getting super late. It was like almost 2:00 now. And so I went downstairs. It was like maybe now it's like 10 till 2. And I go downstairs. I go to the promoters. I'm like, hey, did Usher ever come? And they're like, yeah, you just missed him. I'm like, damn. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I played for his after party and I don't even get to even meet him or see him. So I was really disappointed on that one. I was. I'm not even gonna lie, because I was young. I was in my 20s. But I got over it eventually. I got over it. And I mean, there was other artists that I played for that I got to actually meet. So, I was like, okay, this is a normal now. So, now it's like I'm not as so what's the word I'm saying, like so shocked.
Right.
So, once you're in the industry, it's like you're bound to see somebody or meet somebody or play for somebody.
Right.
So,
in other words, you're not so starstruck. It's like you're not starstruck. Yeah. It's like when you get around, it's like they just normal people. Like
exactly. Just like I would say, I always tell the story about T-Pain. Like I opened up for him at a car show in Dallas, and I actually had met him the night before at another event that I did, which is a coincidence. Yeah, and he seemed pretty cool. He seemed pretty humble. I think he was at the bar, and then he just bought me. He asked me, "Do I want a drink?" Now, do I remember if I bought the drink or not during that time? Because in my 20s, I really didn't care to drink, but I didn't mind it. If that makes sense. Like I would ask, like people would offer me a drink. I'd be like, give me a lemon drop. A lot of juice, tiny bit of alcohol. You know what I'm saying? But I think either I took the drink when he offered it to me. I can't remember, but I was hanging out with him and his friend. And then the next day I had opened up for him at the car show, and then he had performed. So yeah, I mean, like I said, that was a cool experience. Was I acting crazy? Oh my god! No, I was not.
It's just a normal.
You said what?
Just a normal guy, just a normal person you meet every day. I don't think everybody know who they is, but it's like you meet them, it's like okay, just
yep.
Normal person. He put his pants on the same way I put my pants on, so it's no different.
Everybody eats the same way. They have families. They go through challenges. They have a crazy ass life. We're all in this crazy world together. So at the end of the day, we all the same.
You got to be.
Yeah.
And I know you mentioned that you don't sleep. So you say you don't sleep.
Just recently.
Just recently.
Yeah.
Because when I see you, it's like you constantly going, which is a good thing. You're not stagnant, you're not complacent, you're not idle-minded. So that's a good thing. So what keeps Chanel rooted and grounded? What keeps you motivated? What keeps you inspired? What keeps you say, you know what? I'm going to conquer this thing no matter what. I'm going to take life by the throat. I'm going to squeeze everything out of it to get everything that's coming to me.
That's a good question. Shoot, I'm too deep into it now, so it would be dope for me to get out of it. I've been doing it for so long. Like, I mean, it's a job now. Like I said, if if someone books me to play, you know, again with the reputation, like that's the reputation of my business. So if the business transaction goes well and everything like that, I'm there, and I gotta show up on time with my drums, give everybody a good show, and I don't want to let what I created just go to waste. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
Right.
what I'm saying. I don't want to let it go to waste. And like I said, it's to me it's fun, and like I said, that was my first love. Drums was my first love. Besides, let's just say that. So it'll be hard to get out of that. I'll probably still play drums till till my last breath, I guess. Cause you know how people always ask that, will you still be doing entertainment? When you get old, shoot, however much my body can take. At the end of the day,
Well, like as long as you
you know,
take care of yourself, you eat right,
yeah,
drink it, keep your body hydrated, of course. Take your
yeah.
vitamins, work out and stuff. You'll be fine. But the thing about it is, Chanel,
I don't
you
work
love
out.
what you do, or you don't work out.
No, no, I didn't. I was working out last year, and then no, 2 years ago, and then I went back to not working out. But I mean, I get my workout is, I get my workout like that. Yeah,
So what
but I used
comes
to
with
work
your
out in my
eat?
20s.
Well, you say you used to
You said
work out.
what?
So when it comes to, I don't, they say don't say the word diet. So what the things you constantly eat on a regular? They keep you. I know you got to stay energetic because the way
Yeah,
you work, I know you got to stay energetic. You got to stay alert. You got to stay on point. You got to stay creative, of course, because when you're healthy and stuff, the creative flow goes. So, what food do you actually eat on a regular that keeps you going?
yeah. I would say like, man, I'm a smoothie addict. Smoothies every day. Look,
Okay.
y'all ain't never heard of Remedy Organics? You can get it at the gas station at 7-Eleven. I get about 12, 13 of them. I'm not even gonna lie. That way I have one a
Okay.
day. And then I just started eating meat again, like maybe like a year ago. I just started eating like chicken and beef and stuff like that. I'll eat that every now and then. I love seafood, but I eat really proportionate. I don't really eat a lot of sugar. I don't really eat a lot of like carbs and stuff like that. Every now and then I do, but not that much. You know, will I eat like some dessert every now and again? Yes, but do I do it every day? No. You know what I'm saying? I
True.
I I, I used to, but as an older an adult, no, I just kind of watch out.
Yeah.
Every now and again, pizza is okay. Every now and again, chocolate cake is okay. And just kind of just watch. You don't want to overdo it. You know what I'm saying, at the end of the
That's
day.
true.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, you
Yep.
don't want to do you don't yeah you don't want to overdo it. We're gonna take one more commercial break, and after this,
Okay.
I'm asking Nell about her legacy and the final march. Will leave with y'all after this last final and commercial break.
Oh,
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way's Impact Voice podcast. You know I'm doing commercials, so you have any commercials where you is a music video, it's about an upcoming event, your brand, you name it. I love to play it here on the show as well. So make sure it's an MP3 formatted. Make sure it's professional. I also make sure that if it is voice over as well. So hey, I love to support everybody who's doing great things. They're making a life for themselves, and that's what it's all about. So my guest of the evening, which you see behind the backshot of, is my guest tonight, Chanel Bracy, of course. Let's talk about legacy. That's my last question for you. What do you want your legacy to be at the end of the day, Chanel?
that's a great question. Let's just, and that's basically like, in translation, that's like asking, like, I guess what I want to be known for if I was to like go and
Hmm.
leave this physical 3D realm, material world. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, well, after it's all said and done, because we know the
All
Bible
said.
says a good name is better than silver and riches and stuff. We know a good name takes a long way. Like when they hear your name in the record books, when they hear your name in the history books, what do you want the first thing to come to the individual's mind when they hear Chanel Bracy?
Um, I would say, I would say, hmm, always motivated. You know, always stayed humble. I always been the same even throughout all my experiences and people I met in the industry. Oh, I'm still the same person.
Yeah,
Still act the same way. Personality is still the exact same way. Still goofy, and you know, I will say like she always treated people how she would want to be treated, and anything that's going on in her life personally, you know, I never really I don't take it out on other people, and I keep going regardless of what I'm going through in my life, and that's I believe that's what I want people to remember me by, because that's
man,
true.
that's what's up right there. And I know, go ahead and plug in. How can people get in contact with you? How can they follow you? What's your next move? Now, let me ask you one more question
Mm.
too. We already in the eighth month of 2023.
God,
What
no,
are
isn't
your
that crazy?
Yeah, I know, right? So, what are your what the rest? How you want to finish the year out? What are Chanel goals from August all the way to December 31st? So we go on to the new year. So, what are your goals for the rest of this entire year that's almost over with?
Let's see. Right now, let's see. So, I'm with shout out to Icon. So I'm with agency now. Shout out to Normita and Nick. So I would say now it's just a matter of getting booked for like a commercial or like a. Cause I'm already like I said I've already did the movies in the short films. Now I need to do a commercial. So let's see if I can get a commercial in before this year's up. Let's just see.
That's what's up. That's what's
Or
up.
maybe like I don't know, or maybe like a fashion show. Maybe I've always been scared to walk down a
Really?
runway. I really did not like that because I was afraid that I was gonna fall. But you know what? I'm like, I think I'm confident enough to do that now. I think I can
Take a
walk
shot
without
at
falling.
it.
I think I can walk without falling. Yeah, yeah. So we'll see if that happens before the year's up.
Hey,
Oh! Wait, my music video, man, I'm so behind on that. Like I've been working on this music video for years. Okay, so I have a song everybody called "Timbali Queen," and you'll also hear my music on the short film called "Abstain." So a lot of my music's on that film. But I'm still working on that music video. So far, I did one scene. We're still working on it. So I want that to be done, yo. I want that to be done. I want that to be wrapped up so I can just hurt and get it off my chest. I think that's like the main thing that needs to get off my chest. That's been in the oven for a long ass time. Oh my god. I just been putting it on the back burner. Put it on the back burner. Yeah. Put it on the back
so
burner.
do Chanel consider herself a perfectionist, which is a good thing.
That's a
Being a
really
perfectionist is a good thing. That's a good thing
I know,
because
I
that's not a
know
bad thing at
it's not a
all.
bad thing. It's not a bad thing. God, that's a really good question. Am I? I would say I'm a perfectionist when it comes to like certain things, like when it comes to like putting video, my drum videos up. My
Right.
drum videos gotta look on point. I can't. It can't
True.
be looking jacked up because then I'm not gonna get booked. Or what I'm saying.
They're not gonna
That's
take you serious. You're right.
exactly. I would say that, and then when I perform, I mean, I'm still kind of laid back when I perform because, like I said, I'm being natural and I'm doing everything freely, and so,
Hmm.
and like I said, like just whatever I hear, I just want to, I play whatever comes to mind, I play. So, but still, when it comes to like the image, somewhat kind of sort of. Cause I
Right.
can't, what I'm saying? Like I can't. There's certain things that can't be seen around me. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I said, I have two sponsors. I have shout out to Jamtech USA in the US, and I have shout out to Los Cabos Drumsticks in Canada. And
Okay.
yeah, like you gotta make sure everything looks good.
I respect that. I respect that you from the way you wear your hats, the way you wear your boots.
Try to be
Hey,
professional.
images like Michael Jordan said, images is everything.
Hmm.
And people take you more serious when you got your stuff together. So I respect that to the
Yeah,
highest. So that's why I asked you that question. When you somebody you know your music video, how long it's taking. That's why I asked that question. You can see
yeah,
yourself professionals because I look at Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is so patient, on point. If it's jumped, he's not gonna put it out there. So that would make me think about what you were saying
Oh, okay, I see what
when
you're
it
saying.
came
Yeah,
to your music video and stuff like
yeah.
that.
And I think
So
mine's a matter of like just like the timing
right,
and finding. And I know what I want to do in my head, but it's finding the locations and then the timing. So yeah, I would definitely say I'm a professional in music video because like I want it to be good. You know, like I want my story to be played out for the song. You know, I want it to match. So yeah.
okay. So let me ask you about the music video. Do you got your hands in the music video? And are you being a producer, the director? Are you writing out your own music video, or you got some other people doing it? How that's working behind the scenes?
That's a good question. So I do have a cameraman. Shout out to Low Key, the MC, and then I would say I'm directing it because I know what scenes and like the storyline of what I want. Because I wanted to tell the story of the song
Gotcha.
of the song that I did. So I want it played out visually. I think that'll be pretty cool, and that way people understand what I'm saying on the track. Because yeah, like I said, people wouldn't really know what I'm talking about unless you play drums or you're a musician, and you might be like, okay, that's what she's talking about. Because it's like I'm using musical words, if that makes sense, on the track. So I'm just talking about drums on the track. I'm talking about drums, and some people may not know I'm talking about drums, but I'm talking about drums on the track. So yeah, yep.
Me, and that's the great thing about it. 'Cause I know I was looking at houses here at the DFW
Uh,
online, and I'm always been fascinated with big homes. I've always been like this since I was a
oh
child
yeah.
growing up. Because I always know that someday I was gonna be rich some type of way.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I always felt like that growing up. So
Yeah.
I was fascinated with big homes. I'm looking at these homes in Texas, like
Yeah.
they got game rooms, they got movie
Mm-hmm.
theaters, and but you know what? So now
Pool
that's
table.
pool table and all that stuff. But that's kind of like you always fantasize for yourself that life of total freedom, where hey, I'm living good, I'm riding good, family looking good, people that's in the circle doing good.
Yeah.
That's the type of life that we should want to live. I hear people talking about, yeah, I'm a king. You hear women talking about I'm a queen. We saying the words, but do we actually believe that for ourselves? It's just the
That's a good
mindset.
question. Yeah, man. That's. Do you? Yeah, and I always get told this all the time. Like, do you know your worth? Do you know your worth? And like, people gotta really know their worth. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like, if you've been doing something for so many years, you know your craft. You know what you can bring to the table. You can't let people take advantage of you. You can't, because
right,
you know what I'm saying. You can't. Especially
right.
you got your experience there. You got your credentials. So I definitely agree with you. Yes,
Yeah,
that's a good one. Yes.
and that's because we think about it. Talk about athletes. They when they talk about the athletes, the people, the endorsements, the companies, they start going after them. They didn't start knocking on their door. They start coming after them. So like you mentioned, the work, long you're doing the work, it's professional work, and you put in the grind, the right people gonna come knock on your door, and they gonna invest in what you got going on. So it's a beautiful thing. So have work, have
Preach.
fun.
Preach. Look, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, like this, like I don't stress. Like a lot of people, I know a lot of people, especially when they're younger, they're so stressed on trying to strive and try to reach their goals based off what society is telling them. Because society is always trying to tell the young people, even the older people, like, oh, you gotta be famous and you gotta have $1 million, $1 trillion, and you gotta have the big house and you gotta have the nice car. But at the end of the day, that don't mean nothing because you're gonna die anyway. You can't bring
That's
it with
true.
you. You know what
You
I'm saying?
can't.
So the main important thing in life is your peace, your tranquility, and your happiness. And material things cannot make you happy. I
I
repeat,
agree.
it can make you
I
temporarily
agree.
happy, but it ain't gonna bring you permanent happiness. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, so yeah, you don't have to have that to be successful. You successful when you're doing something that you love to do, and you making it a job. That's
That's true.
successful. Cameraman, I don't know, photographer, like you said,
Talk,
podcaster, YouTuber,
right.
TikToker.
Editor, marketer, advertisement, writing out your strips. That's important too.
Yeah,
Really promote it. You gotta promote. You gotta market yourself. 'Cause we are our
yeah.
own brand, so you gotta constantly do that. You gotta
Hmm.
be constantly being in tune with what's going on, the latest sound, all that stuff, technology, software, you name it. You gotta keep
Yep,
up with it in order to
yep,
be. Storylines is important too. You got to be great storylines, production meetings, having a great team, all this stuff. But it's fun though. But you know what's fun about it too, Chanel?
what?
When you with the right person in life, and you can celebrate this thing together when you with the right person in
Okay,
life.
okay,
That's the make the
okay.
most thing about it.
Yeah.
I ain't experienced that yet, but I'm just saying that when it happens, it happens. But
Wait, question. Are you talking when you say the right person? Are you talking about like a significant other? Is that what you're talking about?
significant other, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Can't do that with the
I
wrong.
just
Can't do
wanted
it.
to clarify. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, with the right. Yeah, can't do that with the wrong person. Hell no.
Yeah. Yeah, you want
I
somebody.
ain't
Yeah, you want somebody that's not gonna try to put you down. Not jealous
no
and
liability.
not try to take your shine. You want them to build you up.
Well, yeah, we build each. Well, okay, this is what we're supposed to do in
Yeah.
a relationship. We're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to inspire each other.
Yep.
We're supposed to motivate each other,
Yep.
and we're supposed to hold each other accountable.
Yep.
That's what we're supposed to do. Main thing, inspiring each other, motivating each other at all costs. That's what we're supposed to do. No liability. Hell no. If you're a liability, you still need to
You
come in
said
the
like
door. No liability at all. We're supposed to be access to each other, not
yeah.
liability to each other. They get it twisted, but that comes from somebody who just don't care, man. Know your word, know your standard. That's you
Yep.
have to know. I know we're about to get leave the studio because I know you're a very productive woman. I know you got some stuff you have to do.
Productive. Like that. Productive.
So what? I know, right? And I know you got some stuff you got to do. So what are your final remarks for the listening audience here on Walking This Ways Impact Voice Podcast?
I would say, and I wanted to mention earlier, but like anything you want to do in life, you know, and regardless of what anybody says, because like I said, even when I first started my business in 2010, playing drums, people, of course, you're gonna have the people saying, "Oh no, that's dumb. Oh no, that's not gonna be beneficial for your life, or you can't do that for a living." Like, it don't matter what they say. If that's what you want to do it. And then if there's something that is not really even normal to society, like I was also told that too. Like, you can't play this way. You're playing it different. Who cares? Play how you want to play, or live how you want to live. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you want to do, and eventually it's gonna come up to how you say it, fruition.
Fruition comes from
Yeah, fruition.
fruition.
See, I
Fruition.
had the
Yeah.
spelling in my head. I can spell it, but the pronunciation would have come in. And so I appreciate that. Thank you for it. But yeah, it'll manifest. You know what I'm saying? And it will if you just stay consistent on it, and if people, you'll draw the right people and you'll attract the right people, to your light in
Right.
whatever you're doing. So anybody that enjoys and appreciates your craft, they will come to you. Period.
Sure.
That's pretty much it. And then anybody that don't like what you're doing, F them. Who cares? And
That's part of it. But you know what it is, Sue Chanel?
What?
Whether it's good or bad, publicity is always good. Cause think about it. If somebody say something bad about you, what's gonna happen? They gonna get curious, so they gonna end up watching you to see what this publicity. All of it is good. So that means all you doing, you just bringing more people my way to see what. Okay, I just want to see what's going on.
You still bringing traffic. Keep it. You still bringing traffic. So that's fine. You want to talk about me? That's fine. I'm either gonna laugh about it or respond in a professional manner. But yeah,
you can't please everybody.
You can't please everybody, and it's them all to to realize that. Just post what you want to post, but still be professional about it. That's what I try to tell myself. But
Right.
you can follow me on all social media, and it's Chanel Bracy, and my business name is Ice Water Percussion, and my website is still up for about 10 years now. icewaterpercussion.com. You can see who I play for. You can listen to some of my mixtapes. And if you want to hear the radio show that I'm on, Reggae Zone Dallas, is on 89.3 FM every Wednesday night, 10 to midnight. If you're not in Dallas and you can't turn the radio on, then you can just go online to knon.org, and just click on Reggae Zone Dallas, and you can hear it anywhere in the country. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then be on the lookout for the next coming film projects. Because the Abstain, the director said it's only going to be online for free for 2 days, and then after 2 days he's going to take it off online and he's going to submit it to the film festival. So
Okay,
it's only going to be up for 2 days. Yeah, 2 days.
But you know what, Chanel, keep up the great work. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yep.
Keep striving in excellence. Keep striving in being a perfectionist. And like I said, I'll keep following you. Keep me updated on what's going on. I know you sent me a clip of you working in the working at the radio station. So I'm gonna play that clip as we get to leave out the studio.
Cool.
So, man, y'all have a great night. Man, y'all be blessed. Give a big shout out to Steve D and Williams, who I got this from. He said, I always remember the graveyard. Everybody had one thing in common. They thought they were going to see tomorrow, and it didn't. Remember, let's live life like it is our last. And there's one more thing I want to add there, too.
Yep.
The motivation,
You said it.
inspiration, accountability, and compliment. Because we're supposed to compliment each other, too.
Oh, wait.
The
We
right
add one.
people
Wait,
that-
we add one. And a shoulder to lean on. So if you're going through something, you should
Right.
they should be able to listen and hear you out for whatever you're going through. So add that to the list.
That's it. Oh, no argument. No argument. I don't want to argue. No argument. Not, we can talk, but no argument. No hooping and hollering. You talk like adults and stuff like that. Hear each other. Be quick to hear and slow to speak. See, this stuff you can put together. So put this stuff together and marinate. Let it sit for a minute. But I'm glad you implemented that too.
Let it absorb.
So, man, y'all have a great night. Remember, like I said, man, y'all be blessed. Enjoy y'all night. Enjoy your evening.
Yep.
And so now I'm going to let you go. I know you got stuff you have to do as well because you're on the time schedule. And I respect that. So, man, y'all and I'll be back here Saturday morning at 10 a.m. here on Walking This Way, Impact Voice Podcast. And check out this clip of Chanel at work at the radio station.
Thanks for having me. Bye, Furman.
Bye, Chanel.
Y'all take care. Peace.
The topic is it okay or do you feel it's right for a female to be arrested in Dubai for just yelling in public? The topic is it okay or do you feel it's right for a female to be arrested